You ever born a trotter?
What's a trotter?
A trotter, my friend, is a friggin' pig's foot. So we'll call it a hind trotter, which is what you want, and make sure it's hock in. A traditional use of the trotter is as a sausage casing of sorts, stuffed trotter or pieds de cochon farcis in French. But before you can stuff it, you've got to get rid of the bones. You need an empty pig's foot bag. First things first, soak your trotters in a bucket of water in the fridge overnight. This removes the blood. If there's any hair left on your trotter, try and scrape it off with your knife. A butchered pig is scalded with boiling water, which causes the hair to loosen up. If you can't scrape it off, like the stuff between the toes, you can singe it off over the open flame of your stovetop. So, turn your naked, clean trotter palm up on the cutting board and cut a slit from the palm up the leg to the end. It's not easy to cut through, but it's not very hard. Starting at the top of the leg, skin both sides of the trotter. Pull the skin tight and cut the resulting stretched connective tissue. It's pretty easy. You work your way on both sides all the way down to the first joint of the side toe. And what you have is two flaps of skin attached to the back of the leg. Pull those flaps together and stretch it away from the trotter and cut the resulting stretched connective tissue. This is the quickest and most rewarding cut of the whole friggin' thing. You keep stretching and cutting until you reach the first knuckle. And now comes the tricky part. You bend the first toes, the outside toes, to identify the joint. You're going to cut through the joint on one side and then turn it over and cut through the other. And you'll note that you'll have to, the cut needs to respect the outline of the curved end of the bone. So a straight cut probably won't make it, but once you get your curved cut going, you're straight through. Place the trotter palm up and cut through the palm on the line that runs from one toe joint to the other as deeply and thoroughly as you can. Now comes the really tricky part. You find that first toe joint where you cut it, take a 1/2 inch step down the leg towards the toe. And now you're at the ball joint of the larger front toes. You make a cut to expose the curved end of that bone. You're trying to free this large bone from the knuckle, so you cut as deeply as you can into all the cracks that you've made. It'll take a few cuts to expose all of the empty spaces in the joint, but once you do, firmly grasp the trotter and twist at the joint to loosen everything up. There's a tendon or something deep down in the middle that you need to cut, but you just can't reach with the knife until you twist it and stretch it out. So do it, and then simply cut that last thread that holds the bone to the boned trotter. It's not so hard after all. It probably took less than 5 minutes to do. Perfect. That's a good one. I think we're done.
Put a finger to the heart tree, put the key to the instrument, made it start. But I don't show very much, made everything I stay in touch.